Remove both the wheels. Remove the tie rod, 21mm socket. You can get a special puller, or you can give it a whack, and the vibration from hitting it with the hammer will crack it free. It's a tapered fit. 15mm to remove the upper strut mount nuts. You can just get in there with a regular ratchet. I crack them free with a regular ratchet, and then I run them on and off with my air ratchet. Once I had the vehicle up in the air with the wheels off, this job took me about 10 minutes. Three strut mount nuts to remove, 15mm. Then the lower strut mount is a 30mm nut and a 27mm bolt. Remove the nut and then the bolt. And when it comes time to tighten it, after installing, you put the new bolt in. You need to lower the vehicle on the ground so the suspension is at ride height. You also need to remove the upper ball joint nut. Same thing as the tie rod. Leave the nut on there a little bit. Give it a whack. The vibration will crack it free. Give it a little pry down, take the tension off the nut, remove the nut. You can swing that knuckle out of the way, get a pry bar under it, and then a pry bar behind it. It's tight, but it'll pop out of there. Got the old one out. Start the 3 strut mount nuts first to hold that thing in position for you. You don't have to tighten them now, just start them. You don't want to tighten them until it's in position properly. Again, it's a little tight, but it's possible. Get a pry bar in there to pry down on the control arm, and then you're able to push that strut into position. A couple of good pry bars will come in handy for this one. And like I said before, get that lower strut mount bolt in, but don't tighten it until the vehicle's at ride height. A little bit of Loctite on the lower strut mount, upper ball joint, and the tie rod is the most important one. They're lock nuts from factory, and if you're reusing the old lock nuts, they're no longer lock nuts, so they need Loctite. Tighten the upper strut mount, the upper ball joint, the tie rod, put the wheel down on the ground, and then tighten the lower strut mount bolt. Tighten it using the nut, not the bolt. Torque spec for the wheels on this unit is 150 foot-pounds. They're a tapered fit, and it's just a ball that spins in the socket. So high possibility you'll need to pry down to wedge it into place, and then you can run the nut on. Same with the tie rod. Tie rods and ball joints are just balls sitting in a hole. They'll just spin. They're a tapered fit.